மாற்றறியாதே செழும் பசும் பொன்னே மாற்றறியாதே செழும் பசும் பொன்னே மாணிக்கமே சூடர் வண்ண கொழுந்தே மாற்றறியாதே செழும் பசும் பொன்னே மாணிக்கமே சூடர் வண்ண கொழுந்தே கூற்றறியாதே பெருந்தவருள்ளே கூற்றறியாதே பெருந்தவருள்ளே கூற்றறியாதே பெருந்தவருள்ளே கோயிலிருந்த குணபெரும் குன்றே கூற்றறியாதே பெருந்தவருள்ளே கோயிலிருந்த குணபெரும் குன்றே மாற்றறியாதே செழும் பசும் பொன்னே மாணிக்கமே சூடர் வண்ண கொழுந்தே வேற்றறியாதே சிற்றம்பலர் கனியே வேற்றறியாதே சிற்றம்பலர் கனியே வீச்சையில் வள்ளுவர் மெச்சும் விருந்தே வேற்றறியாதே சிற்றம்பலர் கனியே வீச்சையில் வள்ளுவர் மெச்சும் விருந்தே சாற்றறியாதவன் சாற்றும் கலிதாய் சாற்றறியாதவன் சாற்றும் கலிதாய் சாற்றறியாதவன் சாற்றும் கலிதாய் கனி நடராஜவன் சத்குரு மணியே சாற்றறியாதவன் சாற்றும் கலிதாய் கனி நடராஜவன் சத்குரு மணியே கனி நடராஜவன் சத்குரு மணியே மணியே மணியே.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking with Mahen. It gives me so much of happiness to talk to you on this platform. You do know that this channel is all about documenting the wonderful contributions of South Africans in the field of art, in the field of music, Tamil culture, religion, and so on. Today, I am going to be interviewing a beautiful singer. She's a very well-known artist. She has been singing for many years. She has trained in Carnatic music. She also sings the precious compositions from the Tiru Aruppa. She's also very passionate about the promotion of Tamil language. Apart from talking to her about her own musical journey, she has also had the good fortune of interacting with significant musicians and a Tamil scholar. These people are no longer with us, but we want to document their contributions. We want to appreciate the work that they have done. And my guest will be talking to you about them as well. So with much love and much happiness, I welcome today beautiful singer, Mrs Dhanaluxmi Naidoo. Welcome, Auntie Dhanaluxmi. It is such a joy to be seeing you after so many years and to be able to have this conversation with you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mahendri, for inviting me, and congratulations on your program and for documenting our South African musical history.
Auntie Dhanaluxmi, let's begin by talking about the late Mrs. K. Sothinathan. She's written a beautiful book. This is the booklet about how to speak Tamil in a very simple way. If you want to introduce functions like a wedding or naming ceremony or various functions. A humble person, someone who really gave to the Tamil community. Can you talk about your interaction with her?
My musical journey all started on a Monday afternoon when my sister Radha persuaded me to come to service. I must admit, I went along just to please her. This was a women's organization known as the Bayview Arutpa Mother Karagam, a sister organization to the Arutpa Karagam of South Africa. This is where I met three cultural icons in Mrs. Sothinathan, a Tamil scholar, Mrs. Shakuntala Naidoo, an outstanding harmonium player and vocalist, and the stalwart South African violinist, Mr. Rennie Pillay. Mr. and Mrs. Sothinathan were ardent Tamil scholars and served the Arutpa Karagam with dignity and earned the respect of the community. The Thirukurval by Thiruvalluvar was their lifestyle. They played a significant role when I decided to study the Tamil language. Mr. Sothinathan finished my literature and grammar aspects of my language studies. They encouraged and supported me explore my potential in music and the arts.
Auntie Dhanaluxmi, you are related to the very famous veena player, Uncle GN Moodley. You know, I was a little girl when I used to listen to him play, and at that stage, it was very rare to see a veena player in South Africa. And I'll be so happy if you can share some thoughts on Uncle GN.
Yes, my grandfather was from the Thanjavur district of Tamil Nadu. He was a music teacher and very learned in Tamil. All of his 5 sons were able to play an instrument and sing. Sri GN Moodley was one of them. He was known as South Africa's very own veena maestro. He took his music seriously. He traveled to India many times, even studying under the Vainiga, yes, S. Balachandran.
So I believe Uncle GN was very passionate about his music.
Oh, yes. He was so passionate about his veena that he always bought an extra flight ticket for his veena on his travels. We are lucky in that Dr. Lushendran Govender from the family has taken to study the veena.
You learned from 2 prominent singers that are no longer with us. The first was Sangeetha Bhooshanam V. Nadarajan Naicker.
After participating in the Eisteddfod and singing at functions, my husband, who was a trumpet player and was able to read and write Western music, felt I should go to a proper music school. Hence my encounter with Sangeetha Bhooshanam Nadarajan Naicker and the Saiva Siddhanta Music Academy. This was a 3-year course, and at the end of the course was a complete vocal markum, starting off with the Varnam in the Sankara Varnam Ragam and ending with the Thirupugal and, of course, the Mangalam. That's when I completed my first course in Carnatic music.
Can you talk about the instruction you received from Sangeetha Bhooshanam V. Nadarajan Naicker?
Well, he was very strict and firm about his music. He wanted to make sure that we were presenting the Kridis well.
Auntie Dhanaluxmi, you would have certainly had to do a lot of practicing. Am I correct?
Oh, very much so, because he would be able to make out in our voices that we didn't practice.
You were so lucky because not only did you study Carnatic music under Sangeetha Bhooshanam V. Nadarajan Naicker, but you also studied Carnatic music under the revered Mr. Kista Govender. He was also a very accomplished singer. It's so sad that, we've lost so many of these musicians. Can you share the experience you had learning from Uncle Kista Govender?
Yes. You know, Mahendri, after completing my course with Sangeetha Bhooshanam Nadarajan Naicker, having caught the music bug, I felt I needed more. So I enrolled with Vidwan, Kista Govender. He was so meticulous, Mahendri, with a fine-tuned ear for music. All these songs were notated, and would you believe me that the song Devi in the Ragam Kirvani took me 3 months to complete. Both Sangeetha Bhooshanam Nadarajan Naicker and Vidwan Kista Govender, they contributed a lot when it came to music in this country. And they were one of the finest.
You are an accomplished recording artist because I do believe you released 2 CDs. Am I correct?
No, I released 4 CDs.
Wonderful, even better. Let's talk about the first one.
My first CD was for the Arutpa Karagam as a fundraiser for the building. And it was a complete Thiru Arutpa rendition. This recording was in the 1990s. My second CD, entitled Guru Arul, was recorded in India after the tsunami of 2004 and was a devotional CD, songs passed down to me by my music teachers. The purpose of this 6-month trip was not actually to cut a CD. I went to volunteer myself together with my aunt to work with the Red Cross in Chennai. In between my work, I did an introductory course on Carnatic music with Isai Vallunar T.A.S. Takkesi. Whilst under his tutelage, I met with the music producer, Suresh Babu, who encouraged me to do a CD. I chose the picture of Thiruvalluvar for my CD cover, as when we visited the site in Kanyakumari, we were told that the very statue broke the huge waves and halved the destruction and saved lives. Something to remember. My third CD is the Arut Perenjodi Mandirum, and it's a chant CD, something you could play in the morning just to generate the right vibrations at home.
What about the fourth CD?
The fourth CD I did with the Bayview Arutpa Madhur Karagam. It's a group CD, and we thoroughly enjoyed doing that CD because it was so much of fun, and everybody had a chance to get into the studio.
Auntie Dhanaluxmi, thank you so much for sharing a beautiful video recording. I know it was done way back in the 1980s, but you did sing at the Tyagaraja Festival. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was a very exciting time for me because everybody would want to sing at the Tyagaraja Swami Festival. And when I was asked, I was elated. In the year 1989 or around there, that the Indian Academy of South Africa staged this at the Durban City Hall. My accompanists were Rennie Pillay on the violin, the late Magendran Moodley on the Mrdhangam, and we had Asokan on the ghatam, and my daughter Radheshnie on the Sruthi. Well, they gave me a slot of 40 minutes, I would imagine.
How did you feel singing at the Tyagaraja Festival?
I felt great. It was an honor and a privilege, I would say, to sing at a function like the Tyagaraja Swami Music Festival. It also encouraged me putting in a lot of work learning the kridis. It took many hours of practice to prepare the kridis and present them at that function. a product of the Natal Tamil Vedic Society, a stepward movement for the past 40 years, and am still involved. We've just come out of a stepward season, and I thoroughly enjoyed educating the latest batch of children and adults. Mahendri, you would love them. They have so much of talent. Currently, I am one of the trustees of the Arutpa Karugam and closely working with the propagation committee, trying to get our youths involved in Ramalinga's teachings. I still conduct music classes both at home and at the Karugam. I taught Tamil at the state schools for 28 years. During the pandemic, I tutored metric students in Tamil, and I'm happy to say that all of them passed with a distinction.
Congratulations to you and to those very successful students. We've come to the end of today's episode. Let's conclude with a message from you to our youth.
My message to the youth is to learn your mother tongue, as it connects you to your culture and aids in building a positive and healthy self-identity, as well as a sense of pride in your linguistic heritage. Music, like sport, is enjoyable. It can improve your focus. It can inspire you and make you more confident. I say join a music class as well as learn an instrument, as music is a divine art and very therapeutic. And beside the youth, Mahendri, I encourage my colleagues who are retired to get out there and start working again and do what you do best. I promise it will cut the number of doctors' visits and you will gain a deeper purpose in life.